What is up, guys? Neo Maverick here, bringing you guys 7 Deadly Sins 289. Holy crap. Let's get into this. Because this is not something that should wait. This is something that should be ate, read, absorbed, decomposed, shitted out, and reabsorbed again. Sorry for the drastic images. I just put it to you guys' mind, but here we go. So first off, we have the one, the only, the true Prince of the Sun, King Escanor, fighting the Prince of Darkness, Zeldoris. Now, Zeldoris starts off the fight by saying, even though he's looking straight at freaking Escanor's the one form, he does not believe that Escanor was the one that took down Meliodas. He says, what? You are the person that took down my bro? Dude, my bro wasn't even being serious with you. I'm not even fazed by your freakishly huge muscles. You can walk towards me, you can do whatever the hell you want. I'm just gonna take it. But you know, Zeldoris isn't a punk. One thing I can say is Zeldoris did not run after seeing Escanor's power. He stood his ground. Escanor's walking towards Zeldoris, and then Zeldoris warns Escanor, I am not like Meliodas, be it a lion or a fly. I will vanquish them all with all my might. That's one thing I like about Zeldoris. Zeldoris is not the type of person that toys with his opponent, that plays around with his opponent. You know, most anime or manga characters like to, once they have the upper hand, they like to just play with you until like you find out their weakness and try to, you know, destroy them. But Zeldoris is a man that just takes care of business. He's not there to toy with you, he's not there to mess with you, he's there to just defeat you, kill you, do whatever is necessary to achieve his goal, and he is coming straight through. Now, Escanor starts off with his holy axe, Rita. Now, he slashes Zeldoris with the axe, and because of Omnis Nebula, the axe repels off. But as you can see in that panel, Escanor was like, oh no, because he saw that Rita, if you look closely, Rita started to chip. There was a panel with just Rita, and you can see a little chink in the axe. It started to chip off, and that is the reason why Escanor threw that axe away. Escanor was like, oh no, I don't need this axe. I don't want to lose my axe because I was playing around with you, Zeldoris. Brings out the divine sword, Escanor, and the divine sword looking like a giant freaking karate chop. Escanor hits Zeldoris with the freaking karate chop, and the panel looks awesome. You see the destructive force, you see the landscape change. Escanor looking beastly, looking like, and this panel, Escanor looked like Endeavor from My Hero Academia with the flames going and stuff. Like, it was just beautiful. And then you can see the friction from Omnis Nebula and the one and divine sword Escanor. Now Kuzak and Chandler more so than Kuzak is having a deja vu sort of repertoire, a deja vu sort of feeling, like, where have I seen this grace before? It's beginning to hit him, and then Chandler finally comes to the realization that it is Mael of the Sun. Now, Escanor doesn't even care what Chandler is speaking, and Zeldoris gives Escanor an explanation saying, this battle does not even concern you. Why are you fighting this war? You're just a human, it doesn't matter. Like, you're not even of the demon clan, you're not of the goddess clan. You should be able to do your shit. But Zeldoris, really, you think you have the right to talk to the big boy, the baddest of the bad, King Escanor, and say, why am I fighting this goddamn war? You come into, let's take it back to the actions you've done. You come into the holy land of Britannia now. Sorry for my language, you have messed up the economy of Britannia. You have spread your plague and darkness all across of Britain, brought Britain to its knees, ate all of the human souls. You know, this war is between the demon clan and the goddess clan. You ate all the human souls in all of Britain. You advocated your right, and you're gonna stand before a human who is trying to kill you. Well, he's trying to actually defend himself and go toe-to-toe with you because he has the power to do so. Why are you in this war? What kind of nonsense is that, Zeldoris? Escanor, give him a finger. And Escanor comes up with the answer, a stupid answer. Because I'm doing it for my friends. Are you kidding me, Escanor, really? More like you're doing it for Merlin. I mean, come on. You're doing it for Lady Merlin. But I digress. Let's move on to point. So Escanor goes ahead and dispels Omnis Nebula with his 5 fingers. With his finely karate chop. With his finely motioned karate chop. Whoa. Ooh, that was a mouthful. I really had to think about that. So he destroyed Omnis Nebula. And Zeldoris is in the back. It's in the retreat stance. You see Zeldoris moving back. He doesn't want to go toe-to-toe because he doesn't have his power activated. Now, once Escanor dispels Omnis Nebula, Zeldoris backs away, and Escanor uses the divine spear. Now, oh my god, the divine spear was so hyped. It was so hyped because you see the finger. I honestly thought when I saw the finger panel that Escanor was going to launch like a Frieza. If you guys know DBZ, you know I'm good with DBZ now. Escanor's going to use a Frieza laser beam from the fingers, but no, Escanor just shoots his finger straight through Zeldoris' chest. Zeldoris was knocked out cold. As you can see in the panel, the author says that in that mere moment, Zeldoris was knocked out for about, I believe it was what, 0.8 seconds? Yes, I believe Zeldoris was knocked out, yes, for about 0.8 seconds, and with that he regained his consciousness. But before we get to that, why would freaking Chandler activate the darkness to stop my boy Escanor from piercing through. Now we gotta remember, the spear hitting was just the impact. Now Escanor did not put his full force behind that sword. He did not put his full force behind the spear thrust. The thrust that hit Zeldoris right on was just the impact of his hand. He didn't even add a motion to it. So imagine if he would have pierced through. But Chandler saved Zeldoris, and look at the damage that Zeldoris took. Zeldoris is just gone. And Merlin says they got us, but whatever. We're not even gonna talk about Merlin's, lack of faith in Escanor. So Zeldoris is knocked out for 0.8 seconds. And this chapter was the time for Reducio to regain himself. The time for Reducio to regain his composure. The time for my main angel, Reducio, to come back and claim the reward, saying, gold shining. Really, just a gold star. Just messes up Zeldoris. I really don't think Zeldoris is down for the count or anything. And then Reducio had the nerve to say, can you guys really, honestly, after he redeemed himself, Reducio was coming in hot. He came in hot, followed up with Divine Spear, and then hit Zeldoris with Gold Shining. I'm repeating this now so you guys can hear me really, 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 really well. Okay, let me repeat it one more time. Divine Spear, Zeldoris knocked out for 0.8 seconds. Reducio came in hot. And he said these words, blinking before me will cost you your life. Like, really? You don't get to say that, Reducio, after Escanor did all the work. You just came in and just, put the breadcrumbs on the cake, or put the sprinkles on the cake after the whole cake was made. Where were you when the cake was getting made? Seriously? Where were you when the cake was getting made, Reducio? But I honestly gotta say, this is a true Sun and Flash tag team. This is what a tag team should be like, not the last chapter. The last chapter was completely and utterly pitiful. Completely and utterly pitiful and useless. But I have to say, there's one thing I missed that I want to go back to. Let's go back to the dispelling of the Demon King's magic. So, in the manga, it was stated that Escanor's spear was strong enough to dispel the Demon King's magic from Zeldoris, and also it deactivated 2 magic spells. It deactivated the Omnis Nebula, which I don't really understand because the Omnis Nebula was already deactivated by Divine Sword Escanor, not Divine Spear Escanor, and it deactivated the Demon King's magic. Unless they were truly splitting the Demon King's magic into physical and magic attacks, then I would understand it in this state. So I think they were talking more from the perspective of the physical. Zeldoris cannot be harmed by physical and magical attacks. Now, this goes to show that giving great power, or if your power, it's the power skill game, guys. It's the power level game. If your power level is strong enough, you see what I'm saying? If it's strong enough, you can basically render all magic types useless, pretty much. Escanor was at a level where he physically surpassed Zeldoris at that one point. So once he did that, Zeldoris' power, it doesn't matter what his power was, because Escanor's power was physically stronger than Zeldoris. It didn't matter what Zeldoris' magic was. Escanor just shot right through it. So that goes to show that given enough of a power boost, which means if Meliodas gets all the commandments, he will in fact reach a tier of power as close to the Demon King, or even greater than the Demon King, which means that the Demon King himself would be useless, or would automatically just bow down to Meliodas if he is in fact stronger than him, honestly speaking, because this just confirms what will happen if Meliodas obtains a power greater than the Demon King. Honestly, it's a simple concept in manga and anime in general, which I always hated it. If the stronger enemy is stronger than you, you just you lose your power, or your power doesn't work anymore. That's absolute nonsense. But anyway, that's all for this chapter. This was a hype chapter. This is how a Flash and Sun tag team should be, by Reducio taking all the credit at the end, like he did all the work as usual. After everybody else does the dirty work. Zeldoris' strength is no joke. Zeldoris stood his ground. I'm proud of Zeldoris. He stood his ground against Escanor. Chandler coming in hot with the darkness. That was nice. You know what? Zeldoris and Chandler had a nice tag team moment. Had Reducio not interrupted Zeldoris' subconscious mind coming back with that 1 second reactivation plus that 0.8 seconds, honestly, Reducio and Escanor would have been down for the count, and Zeldoris and Chandler would have taken that fight to a new level. So, truly speaking, it was a beautiful fight, and I can't wait, because I don't believe Zeldoris is down for the count. I can't wait to see what happens in the next chapter. This is Neo. As always, guys, have a nice day. If you like what I have to say, subscribe, give me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next review. As always, guys, remember,